Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. Thank you for coming to my channel. Well, any of you who have invested in Doge, if you watched Saturday Night Live yesterday or last night, and maybe a little upset or disappointed. Yeah, I was a little upset. I think the way that he presented it was a little inconsistent or thoughtless. I don't know what he was thinking. I think when he referred to it as a hustle, thanks, asshole. I mean, that's what I have to say to Elon Musk. A lot of us have invested in that, and we've held it for a while and be waiting for this great bump up to $1 or whatever. And I don't think he was really thinking of the impact it would have. He's, a billionaire. He has everything at his feet, and the people who are really, putting a lot of hard-earned money into this, he kind of stepped on us, and he kind of, I don't know, stepped on our fingers or whatever you want to call it, just stepped on us with that little comment, that little dig, or I don't understand. I don't know why he said it that way. He had, two different routes he could have taken. He took that route. Instead, he could have really supported it, say something like, something positive, instead of calling it a hustle, because immediately it started to just drop. It just skydived all the way to the ground. And me, as I've already said several times, I try to be a conservative investor because I'm afraid of losing everything. And okay, in the pre-hype, I didn't sell. It doubled in price for me, for my average. But I was like, no, I'm going to be a little more adventurous. I'm going to wait. I want it to see if it goes up to $1 or more or whatever. So I didn't sell in the pre-hype like the days before, when it went all the way up to like, I think 70 cents or something, 71, 72. I don't know what it went up to. I don't remember really. But held on to it. I was like, no, I had faith. I'm going to put my faith into it. No, it's going to work out. Because normally that would be the point where I would sell. I would sell everything, except for maybe like a little tidbit just to hang on to. And just kept holding on. And even when it started to go down, I was like, no, Kim, don't sell. It's going to be okay, And then start getting really anxious, really, watching it go, kamikaze all the way down. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I did end up selling about 75% of my Doge, because I had to at least recoup something on it. And I didn't lose, but I guess I got probably, 15-20% gain on it, which is good. I mean, but it really actually is a good gain. But, I wanted double or triple. I was being greedy. For once, I wanted to really just let it go. And, of course, it had to go the opposite direction. And I just think it was so stupid for him to do that. Why did he do that, He warned people, don't put your life savings into it, and don't, put every penny you have into it. I don't know if he planned to say that, if he thought about it, or what was his intention of doing that. That was just... He actually shot himself in the foot, because he owns a lot of Doge too. So do some other wealthy celebrities, other people who've put a lot of money into it, and here he is making a comment like that. Like, what did he think would happen? I mean, I don't know. I didn't get that. And, well, anyway, I was able to rebuy a little bit, get back into it earlier today. It dropped pretty low again and or actually, I mean, it was continually going down. So I bought a little bit, but not near the amount that I had. And I'm probably going to just keep watching on it. And if it does drop a little bit, I'm going to try to get back into the level I was in, which was not very much at all. So don't ever take any kind of anything that I talk about, if I'm talking about cryptocurrency or stocks or anything, never take my path or my advice, because I am in no way knowledgeable enough for anybody to make any decisions off. So I want to make that disclaimer right now. I'm just here stating what I do so y'all can watch my path of destruction or whatever way it goes. So don't ever think, I have no professional experience or anything. This investing in things that I'm doing, I've always wanted to do it. And, before, when I was younger, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phone access. And when you wanted to invest, you had to go down to call a broker, go down to a brokerage house or some kind of financial house that was in your city, or call a broker. It was very expensive. You had to pay the fees, and it wasn't like instant investing like what we can do now with all these other platforms, Webull, Robinhood, all the other platforms. You had to have literally a landline phone, call them, or either go down and do it yourself. And you had to wait. You had to read the financial pages, and it was very not just not instant. You could instantly find out. You can't just grab your phone and look it up. Back then we had to wait till the next day and look at the financial pages, or even wait till Monday to see if the stock went up or down. So it was a lot of anxiety that way, because now you can look at it and be a little bit more aware of if it's going up or down, or what direction, or whatever you're trying to keep track of. And I think about in the 80s, the early 80s, with computers being a little bit more accessible, and they were still very expensive though. Nowadays you can go get a laptop at Walmart for $199 on sale, maybe $250, $300 regular price. You can get some very cheap, even on Marketplace, you can find laptops for $100, $150. And so in the early 80s was kind of when the investing thing online kind of started to get a little bit more accessible to people. And I think at that time you still had to have like a brokerage account or something with a brokerage firm, or I think you could do the day trading, but with that, I think it's a $20,000 minimum. I mean, cash in the account. And most average people can't do that. So it still was a little bit inaccessible, but somewhat accessible. And now with all these platforms, with the trading platforms online, with low fees or no fees, or instant deposits, so now you have a lot more access to it. And it's just, anybody can do it, I think, if you're over age 18. So it's just super, super easy compared to the way it was before. And it wasn't, I want to say, not very, not a lot of people thought about it then. It wasn't like an idea that a lot of people did. And when I was very young, I'd read the financial pages, and I could tell what all the columns were and what they meant, and all the abbreviations, everything, all the, what I think a Q meant bankruptcy. I don't know. I knew all the little symbols after. I'm not talking about the company symbols. I mean, there's different symbols after each abbreviation that mean different things, and I knew all that. I understood about, I wasn't really good at math, but when it came to money, I could do the percentages. I could do, all kinds of math when it when it pertained to money. And even in math class, I had to like think in a dollar amount, and that helped me in math a little bit. I wasn't really great at math, but when I started converting it into dollars and stuff pertaining to money, then I could understand it better. And so this online investing has been something I've always wanted to do ever since I was a child. And my mom did invest a little bit, but it was like very hard. And, like I say, calling broker and having to go either in person or do it, on a landline phone, pre cell phone. It was tedious, and a lot of people just didn't do it, and it wasn't worth it unless you had like a big chunk of money, like $500 or $1,000, because you had to pay fees, every little thing, and it was more expensive, I think. Well, I don't know exactly if it's necessarily more expensive than it is now. I mean, I don't remember the cost, but just the idea that, you can get a lot of this, free trades, free everything now on a lot of platforms. And before, you'd pay for every little thing. And a call to your broker, you might have to pay for just for the ability to call your broker and ask for information. Sometimes they would charge a fee for that on top of the trade fee. And I don't know if brokerages still do that, if they still charge. They used to charge a lot of exorbitant fees for every little thing. Okay, well, I don't know if I'll ever buy a Tesla now. I really wanted to, but I'm a little pissed, And plus, for a billionaire who had this great idea for electric cars, his infrastructure for charging the cars, it's not very well constructed. I'm just criticizing him just because I'm so mad at him. I'm just making criticism. And, not everybody has the 220 plug that you need or whatever. And a lot of the charging stations are either full or they're susceptible to vandalism. A lot of anti-electric people don't want electric cars. I drive a gas guzzler, and I love it. But I did think, maybe in my future, I was thinking, yeah, I would like to maybe try an electric car, a Tesla, and I've seen some around town that I didn't even know there were Teslas around town until I saw a few of them. I saw more and more. I was like, I kind of thought maybe this person was passing through town, and I was like, wow, there's a lot of people passing through town with this expensive electric car. But apparently there's a dealership that sells them here, and not in my little town, but in the big city next to me. And I don't know if I'm going to buy one now. Still kind of holding a grudge against him. Where would I charge it at, and how much is it? I'm just, why did he do that? Why? It could have turned out much differently. And well, all right, that's just my little thoughts on that. Go Doge, maybe someday. And I haven't bought, well, I do have 3 of the major cryptocurrencies, and I'm still looking kind of around. I was trying to figure out another. Robinhood doesn't sell a lot of the smaller altcoins. I think Doge is about the smallest one they sell. And I was looking at some of the other platforms, trying to figure them out, and There was one I was looking at, I think it was crypto.com, and all the comments kept saying something about a 30% take when they would sell something, or I don't know. So I'm still researching that. I would like to get into some of the very small altcoins just to experiment and see how they do. And okay, thank you all. My light's going out. I better go. Thank you.